and then go into the morning. And so when we go down, we are going to see that these lights, he did not say moon, stars there because he knew they would mix them with the pagan way of doing, of saying moon and stars, because then they will go into doing things with it, with the lights. But these lights, the stars, the moon, are God's creation that gives us signs and lead us into understanding the seasons, God's seasons. And it is within these seasons that was a sign of his son coming in after Adam had sinned. He knew that through these signs he would show us the way of the Messiah coming in through the signs. And these he put in his 7-day plan of the 7 feasts we've been seeing, starting with the Passover, the crucifixion and the death of his son. So Nimrod started this worship of other gods. And time came in when Nimrod died. And when he died, he was at war. Nimrod was a hunter. And he was also a builder. That's why we get the Masons. Masons are supposed to be builders. That's why we're the Freemasons. Because they started as, innocent builders. And now they brought in this religion of Freemason, which is also through Nimrod, the first Mason. Yes.
Yeah. I also found out today that the Catholic Church, they've got a telescope in the Vatican and in Mexico as well, and they have 2 chief astrologers, which are working hand in hand with the headship of the department that deals with astrology, and they have actually, if you look on their mount, it opens up. I saw it on TV today, and they have a massive telescope.
That's it. And we know that Catholic means universal religion. That's what it means, the word Catholic. You look it up, it means universal. And what is that universal now? All the religions are embraced in Catholicism. And that's why it's no wonder. Let me do that, in fact, before we go in. Let me do that, because here's a letter I talked about some time. This was given to us. It's called the Assis Prayer. I downloaded it on the 4th of April 2011. It's not far. Vatican says Assis meeting will not include interreligious prayers. This is by Cindy Wooden, Catholic News Service. I'll give it to you out and you'll see it. And what does it say? Vatican City, Pope Benedict the 6th or the 16th, and representatives of the world's major religions, universal religions, will make speeches and sign a common commitment to peace when they meet in Assis in October. But they will not pray together, the Vatican said. In fact, Pope Benedict's formal prayer service will be held at the Vatican the evening before the encounter. That's October 27th, in Assis, with leaders of other Christian communities and representatives of the world's main religions. The October gathering will commemorate the 25th anniversary of Pope John Paul the 11th prayer for peace encounter in Assis. You can hear Assis. It sounds like ISIS, Isis is Ishtar, is Easter. The 1986 event was seen by many as a milestone in interreligious relations, but was criticized by some Catholics who said it appeared to inappropriately mix elements from Christian and non-Christian religions. The Vatican Press Office issued a statement on April 2nd giving the theme for the 2011 event, the Pilgrims of Truth, Pilgrims of Peace, and the general outline of events. When you do pilgrimages, pilgrimages used to be done by the pagan worshippers. They go to Luz, they go to all these places. And so some of you can imagine some of the religions that do pilgrimages, you know where the foundation of pilgrimages come from. Every human being is ultimately a pilgrim in search of truth and goodness, the Vatican statement said. The search requires people to enter into dialogue with others, believers and unbelievers alike, believers and unbelievers alike, without sacrificing one's own identity or indulging in form of syncretism, not to synchronize things. It is in brackets, where elements of different religions are used indiscriminately, the statement said. To the extent that the pilgrimage of truth is authentically lived, it opens the path to dialogue with the others. It excludes no one. And it commits everyone to be a builder of fraternity that goes somewhere, and peace. These are the elements of the Holy Father. The Holy Father wishes to place at the center of reflection. What did the Lord tell us about Father, calling people Father? He said we should not call anyone Father. The statement said Pope Benedict will prepare for the Assisi gathering by hosting a prayer service with Catholics from the Diocese of Rome in St. Peter's Basilica, October 26. Other Catholic dioceses and other Christian communities are encouraged to organize similar prayer services, the statement said. The Vatican said the Pope was inviting to assist representatives of other religions, other Christian communities, and representatives of the world of culture and science who do not profess a religious belief, that is atheism. Atheists are also welcome. But who regard themselves as seekers of the truth and are conscious of a shared responsibility for this cause of justice and peace. What did the Lord tell us? Did he tell us to mix with darkness?
No.
The Pontifical Councils of Interreligious Dialogue for promoting Christian unity. I don't know how you promote Christian unity and then you are interreligious dialogue. And for culture and distributing the invitations. Pope Benedict and other participants will take a train to Assisi, October 27, the statement said, after speech in the Basilica of St. Mary's of the Angels. There will be a simple lunch, followed by a period of silence for individual reflection. And
where is Assisi? Is that a place?
Assisi, I think it could be a place. I'm not sure. I don't know why they call it Assisi meeting. We need to Google it out. In the afternoon, participants will go in pilgrimage to the Basilica of St. Francis, the saint's resting place, where they will make a solemn renewal of the joint commitment. The Vatican said. And we in serious. So I'm going back to Nimrod. Nimrod was killed, and all these blood were thrown everywhere. You can look in the encyclopedias, you get it. And when they were spread out, we are told that the phallus was lost. And so the Freemasons have got them as a gold one. So that is the symbol, the obelisks you see as everywhere as monuments. The Washington Monument, in the French, they also have the same monument, that white, strong, erect little thing, which is so perverted if you go deep into understanding what it means. And so what happened, they said that Nimrod ascended into heaven and became the sun god. And so he was called the Son of God. So the priests of Nimrod then decided to put the year into four parts as well. In their calendar, we have the solar, the equinoxes, and the calendar, and that is where we get this sign. And the shortest or the longest day of the year, or the shortest day of the year, as we're going to see, was the sign where they knew that they had to put a lot of prayers, because the sun was, the rowers, they could not see the sun. The sun god, their sun god. So they had to do a lot of witchcraft and a lot of, ceremonies on that day to help bring back their sun god. That's where Christmas came from. Now what happened? Semiramis said when after some time Nimrod had died, that the rays of the sun impregnated her. And so she conceived a child who later she named Tammuz. And Tammuz became Nimrod reincarnated. And Tammuz was born on the 25th of December, that day, or that shortest day of light in the whole year. So later they said also Semiramis died. I'm just trying to be brief. This is serious. And the mother, when Semiramis died, the mother of Tammuz, she immediately ascended into heaven, and God sent her back on earth on the first Sunday after the equinox. And that is the Sunday we call Easter Sunday, because it was the Sunday of the sun god, where the sun god was worshipped. And it is said that they sent her back on earth in a giant egg, which fell on the earth. It broke out, and Semiramis, who is Ishtar now, reincarnated, became Easter, the Baal goddess of fertility. She then turned into a bunny. That's why you see lots of bunnies made in chocolate, bunnies. Everywhere on Christmas things, there is bunnies. Why do we have bunnies? Well, when the Lord died, was a bunny there? What is a bunny and the eggs? What is it? What's happening? Semiramis reincarnated, became Easter. Actually, they used to call her Easter, but some other people call her Ishtar. I'll give you a few names and what they mean. When the Tower of Babel fell down, the religion stayed the same, but the languages changed. So each language got a name for Easter. Some call him Ishtar, others Anan, others Anna. You call your children a lot of names, but you need to be very careful. So what I said, it fell down and became a rabbit, and then laid eggs. That's where we